look at today is the start of a thing called subroutines. And a subroutine is a way of making a little bit of code that you can reuse, kind of like making a shortcut for something. So let's pop over to the PDF, and this is here it is on page, what are we on, page 45. So we're creating here a little subroutine called print time. Now it's a good idea to put a capital letter at the start of the second word. You do need it all bunched together so that it understands that that's one unit of meaning, but that capital letter helps you read it as print time. So basically everywhere you write print time, it will understand that this is what you mean. You mean text window, right line, clock time. So in this example, which we're going to jump across here and have a look at, so it says print time and then the open and close bracket. So it basically means run the thing called print time. And down the bottom it says sub, print time, and then it's got what that means, and then it says end sub. So I'm actually going to leave a space in there just because I find that a bit easier to read. So first thing it does is print the time, then it asks you for your name, it gets back that value and calls it the variable name, and then it prints name, the time is now, and print time again. And the times will be slightly different because you've had a couple of seconds to write your name. But basically every time you want to write the time, you can put print time. So I'm just going to run it so you can see how that works. So it's 8:24 and 2 seconds. So my name is Mr. O'Mara, of course. So Mr. O'Mara, the time is now 8:24 and 8 seconds. So, you know, it was 6 seconds in between them, but the same little bit of code did that. So this is how I'm going to change it. I'm going to create another subroutine, except I'm going to call this one sub ask, ask, help if I could write, ask name. And down here I'm going to end sub, there it is. And I'm just going to get rid of those extra spaces just because they're a bit untidy. They don't actually matter, but I'm going to get rid of them. So enter your name, and this is the code that actually asks for the name and stores it as that variable. So every time I run ask name, that's what it's going to do. It's going to look down and say, what's this subroutine ask name? There's the code. So up here, print time, ask, there it is, ask name. It now appears there on the list because it's a subroutine. It's got the brackets. Let's run it, and it should do exactly the same thing, but as you can see, it's kind of like little building blocks. So we run it. It's 8:25 and 18 seconds. My name is still Mr. O'Mara. There you go, 8:25 and 24 seconds. So again, it's kind of like building up little building blocks of code so that you can easily reuse them, which is, you know, a very handy thing to do if you're writing a big complex project. I look forward to seeing what you've done with this little example.